In the volatile arena of South Asian geopolitics, where every move is watched and every decision can have far-reaching consequences, a single act can shift the balance of power overnight, sending shockwaves through governments and military establishments alike. In May 2025, that act belonged to Squadron Leader Kamran Masih of the Pakistan Air Force, a man whose name would soon echo across continents. Once an unknown name, Kamran became the face of audacious courage and strategic brilliance, celebrated in Pakistan and scrutinized worldwide. His actions would ignite rooms from Islamabad to New Delhi. His mission wasn't just a military maneuver, it was a bold statement that redefined the boundaries, both literal and psychological, between two nuclear neighbors locked in decades of rivalry. The operation, codenamed Sisa Pilaai Deewar, was a fleeting shadow over a fortified border, but its impact, it was a moment of unity and pride, showcasing not just military precision and resolve, but also the spirit of a nation determined to chart its own destiny. Kamran Masih became a symbol of a new era, one of confidence, technological prowess, and the enduring quest for peace in a region long defined by conflict. His story would inspire a generation, reminding the world that even in the most turbulent times, individuals can shape the course of history. This is the story of how one pilot's daring flight forced two nations to confront new realities, challenge old assumptions, and reconsider their future in a world where the skies themselves can be redrawn in a single night. Kamran Masih's journey began in Lahore, far from any military legacy but destined for the skies. His Christian faith instilled a deep sense of duty, driving him to the Pakistan Air Force Academy, where he stood out for his quiet competence and natural talent. Kamran thrived under pressure, mastering flight dynamics and aerial tactics with an almost instinctive calm. His reputation grew through high-stakes reconnaissance missions along the line of control, where mistakes are unforgiving. Among peers, he was the steady hand, trusted, humble, and unwavering in his patriotism. By 2025, he was a decorated pilot, embodying the PAF's ethos of technological superiority and strategic ingenuity. His rise mirrored Pakistan's own aspirations, strength, respect, and unyielding defense of sovereignty. Kamran was the ideal choice for a mission demanding perfection. Soon, he would be called to execute one of the most daring operations in PAF history. In the spring of 2025, the fragile peace between India and Pakistan shattered dramatically after the Pahalgam incident, waves through the region and reigniting old hostilities. The world watched as border tensions flared, and the specter of conflict loomed large over Kashmir's valleys. The situation escalated rapidly when India made the unprecedented decision to suspend the Indus Waters Treaty, a move widely interpreted as a form of economic warfare, threatening the very lifeblood of Pakistan's agriculture and industry. Diplomatic channels froze overnight. In a bold and aggressive maneuver, India launched Operation Sindoor, unleashing a barrage of missiles into Pakistani civilian areas and Azad Kashmir. The strikes left devastation in their wake, sparking outrage, fear, and tragic loss of life on both sides of the border. The world held its breath as two nuclear-armed neighbors seemed to teeter on the brink of all-out war. International leaders scrambled to respond, but the crisis only deepened. In Islamabad, Pakistan's National Security Committee convened in an emergency session. The nation's top civilian and military leaders debated their options, ultimately authorizing a response that was both decisive and measured, not to ignite a full-scale war, but to send a message that could not be ignored. Thus was born Operation Sisa Pilaai Deewar, the Wall of Molten Lead. This operation was meticulously crafted as a swift surgical counterstrike, intended to restore strategic balance and demonstrate Pakistan's resolve. Every detail was scrutinized. Planners targeted key Indian military assets directly involved in the aggression, aiming to showcase Pakistan's capabilities, expose Indian vulnerabilities, and shift the momentum. The ultimate objective was clear: force India back to the negotiating table and prevent further escalation that could spiral out of control. In this tense and volatile environment, one man was chosen for a mission of extraordinary daring. Kamran Masih, a pilot whose skill and courage had earned him the trust of his commanders. His assignment was as dangerous as it was symbolic: to penetrate deep into enemy airspace, deliver a precise and powerful strike, and return home unscathed, a feat that would test the limits of his training and resolve. This daring mission would soon become the centerpiece of Pakistan's historic response, forever altering the course of the conflict and cementing Kamran's place in history. On the early morning of May 10, 2025, Kamran Masih, a seasoned pilot of the Pakistan Air Force, climbed into the cockpit of his advanced fighter jet. He was at the very tip of Operation Sisa Pilaai Deewar, a mission that would test every ounce of his skill and nerve. His objective was clear: cross into Indian airspace undetected and unchallenged. Kamran had to evade one of the world's most sophisticated and tightly integrated air defense networks, a system designed to spot and neutralize any threat. His target was the heavily fortified Rajouri Air Base, deep in the heart of Rajasthan. With legendary calm and nerves of steel, he launched into the mission. Flying low and fast, Kamran became a ghost to Indian radar, hugging the desert floor to avoid detection. Every kilometer he covered deeper into enemy territory was a testament to his relentless training and razor-sharp instincts. The PAF's cutting-edge stealth technology gave him the edge, making his jet nearly invisible to electronic eyes. Near Rajasthan, Kamran executed a daring, low-altitude pass over the target and unleashed a devastating strike, destroying the airbase with pinpoint accuracy and precision. Indian air defenses were paralyzed, unable to react in time, caught completely off guard by the sudden and silent attack. Kamran wasted no time, knowing every second counted. He banked sharply, evading the scrambling Indian response with expert maneuvers honed over years of training. He slipped back across the border at supersonic speed, leaving confusion, alarm, and disbelief in his wake as Indian forces tried to make sense of what had happened. His safe return to base was met with immense relief and exhilaration among his squadron and ground crew, for Kamran had pierced India's formidable defenses and returned unscathed, a feat few thought possible. Kamran's flight instantly became a modern legend within the PAF and beyond. A single, audacious sortie that changed the calculus of regional power and sent shockwaves across the subcontinent. News of the incursion exploded across India, transforming disbelief into anger and humiliation. Media and citizens demanded answers. How could a lone Pakistani jet penetrate so deep, strike, and escape? The incident was branded a colossal security failure, exposing cracks in India's vaunted air defense. Military experts and opposition leaders called for investigations and accountability at the highest levels. The government scrambled to explain, but the damage was done. Confidence in military invincibility was shattered. Urgent reviews of air defense protocols and technology began, as the psychological blow forced a painful reckoning. Kamran Masih's flight had done more than destroy a target. It had shattered an image of dominance and forced India to confront its vulnerabilities. While India reeled, Pakistan erupted in celebration. Kamran Masih became a national hero overnight, his image everywhere from Karachi's streets to Islamabad's halls. News channels praised the mission as a masterstroke, restoring pride and unity after Indian aggression. The Punjab Assembly passed a resolution honoring Kamran's unmatched courage, echoed by rallies across the country. The Christian community celebrated him as a symbol of unity, transcending faith in defense of the nation. Defense analysts hailed the mission as psychological warfare at its finest. Maximum impact, minimal escalation. The operation showcased the PAF's readiness, agility, and technological edge. Kamran's calm, humble demeanor became a symbol of resilience, lifting national spirits. His daring flight reaffirmed Pakistan's belief in its ability to defend its honor, cementing his place among military legends. Military experts worldwide dissected the mission, agreeing its primary goal was deterrence. By striking deep inside India, the PAF redrew red lines and reset the terms of engagement, proving aggression would be met with swift, sophisticated response. The mission tested India's air defense, revealing vulnerabilities against low-flying, high-speed targets. Kamran's undetected flight provided invaluable intelligence on enemy radar and response protocols. Speculation swirled about next-gen stealth and electronic warfare tech, highlighting Pakistan's modernization. The operation was a showcase of synergy between pilot skill and cutting-edge technology. Intelligence gathered during the flight would shape future strategy. Operation Sisa Pilaai Deewar became a textbook example of modern aerial warfare, kinetic, psychological, and intelligence objectives achieved in one audacious stroke. Focus turned to Kamran Masih's character, a quiet professional, not a glory seeker. Peers described him as humble, disciplined, and preternaturally calm under pressure. His Christian faith was a source of strength, making his rise a symbol of Pakistan's pluralism. Cameron saw service as a calling, not just a job, blending patriotism with technical brilliance. Trust from his unit was absolute. He inspired confidence through competence, not bravado. His selection for the mission was a testament to his reliability and focus. Technology mattered, but it was Cameron's skill and character that made the difference. His story inspired a new generation, proving true heroism lies in steadfast duty, not fame. Cameron Massey's flight sent ripples far beyond the battlefield, reshaping South Asia's diplomatic landscape. The mission halted Indian aggression and forced a rapid shift in New Delhi's posture. International powers urged restraint. Within days, India agreed to a ceasefire and dialogue. The operation recalibrated deterrence, proving Pakistan's defense was proactive and potent. For India, it triggered urgent reforms in air defense. For Pakistan, it validated investment in technology and training. The mission became a case study in surprise, stealth, and psychological impact. It boosted PAF morale and reinforced its reputation as a world-class force. Cameron's act of aggression paradoxically paved the way for renewed peace talks. His courage reminded both nations of war's devastating potential, compelling a step back from the brink. The flight of squadron leader Cameron Massey marked a pivotal moment, a game-changer that underscored the necessity of lasting. In the volatile arena of South Asian geopolitics, every move is watched and every decision can